The year is 64 AD. There is a great fire in Rome, and in response, Emperor Nero uses Christians as a scapegoat. One of the Christians executed in Rome as a result is the Apostle Peter. There is a strong tradition that says Peter suffered a passion like Jesus, but that when they took him to be crucified, he had the soldiers turn his cross upside down because he said, "I'm not worthy to die the same death as my Savior." If Peter had any allies or friends hiding in the crowd, you can imagine the agony they felt watching this. Though Peter died that day, little did they know Peter's testimony was about to get the greatest second wind in history. For Peter had spent the past few years in several sit-down sessions with a scribe named Mark, giving his entire story about his time with Jesus and everything he saw and that happened. And Mark was about to finish the very first gospel with all of that testimony after having spent at least 6 months putting it all together, this information he got from Peter. The other apostles would have read that gospel as a kind of post-mortem autobiography from Peter on the most important time in their lives. And based on what they would include that Peter left out, I think they wept. "Peter," Matthew cried. "Why? We were all scared in that boat that night. But why did you leave out how you were the only one to have the courage to step out onto the water with Jesus, even if only for a moment? And Peter, yes, he called you Satan, but why didn't you remember he called you our rock first?" John cries, "Peter, why do you have to be so hard on yourself? You don't have to recount every single crow of the rooster. We all scattered that night, and Jesus forgave you and made you our shepherd even after all that." Peter died telling everyone how unworthy he was, but his friends who loved him would get the last word on that in their gospels. Maybe God knew, though, it takes a guilt-burdened heart like Peter's to give us the first proper account of God's only Son, magnifying only him and what he came to do without magnifying yourself.